and the threat of a major outbreak in this country. Today, the Centers for Disease Control confirmed a new case in California, and it's especially concerning because the patient has no apparent ties to China or anyone who traveled there. Tonight, health officials are still trying to track down the source. California's governor says they are monitoring some 8,400 people who traveled to infected parts of the world, but they don't have enough testing kits.
That's surveillance testing as well as diagnostic testing that's simply inadequate.
Every single delay in testing means potentially the virus could go to hundreds or thousands of more people.
And on Wall Street today, stocks took another record plunge because of concerns about the coronavirus. The Dow losing nearly 1,200 points, the worst one-day drop ever. Top investment firms now predict many large corporations will not be profitable this year. But experts are still advising small investors to stay the course and wait for stock prices to come back.